Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 6th of November, 2023. A great streaming day yet again when it came to content. In fact, I would say that today's podcast is a little bit more interesting. We'll talk about that in a second. Really interesting story developments in Alan Wake 2. Solid progress in Mario. Overall, a little bit of a disappointment when it came to levels of engagement and support. We'll talk about that. You know me, I'm honest. All right? So, first of all, today on the podcast, great show because today we actually began my discussions of this egg. I'm just kidding. This is my hand exerciser. We started discussions of the suggestions box. For those who don't know, I had an open post live over the course of October where viewers could post up their suggestions for improvement for my content and the future. Now, apologies, I'm still sick. Yes, I'm still having to snort to clear it so I don't cough. It sucks. In reality, okay, I was hoping that the suggestions that I was going to get were going to be things that were outside the box. Maybe suggestions for changing up my style of content delivery. Ideas for new events. Upgrades of equipment, or even, new takes on ways of doing stuff. In reality, today, when we opened up the suggestion box, 75% of the stuff was, will you play this game? Will you play this game? Will you play this game? That's pretty much a waste of time. I'm just going to be honest here. You can sit all day and ask me, will you play this game? Will you play this game? Will you play this game? Very rarely will I say, no. The only time I'll usually say no is if it's a game I've already played and have a full-on playthrough and I feel like there's nothing else to do in the game. Or if it's a game that I just have no interest in for some odd reason. Most times when you ask me, will I play a game? The answer is, yeah, if you're interested in it, let me know. When there's downtime, let's consider it. Right now is the absolute worst time to be asking me, will I play a game? Because, quite frankly, there's no time to play games besides all the new ones that I'm already in the midst of. And the other new ones coming out this Friday. And the other new one coming out after. And all the other new ones that I missed out on because I didn't have time to play. And you guys are asking me to go back and play. So, there's really no point in saying, will you play this game? Will you play this game? Well, the answer is, yeah, maybe, but not now. And it's literally the same answer over and over. And a lot of those kind of questions were asked today, okay? But in general, we just started answering. It was about 40 minutes of answering viewer suggestions and, considering some. So give it a look. It was a good new segment for the podcast. We're going to continue on using your suggestions as a segment on the show over the course of this month and the coming weeks. And then once we kind of whittle those down to near the end, then I'm going to open up a new thread for suggestions where people can post up even more. All right? But overall, I thought it went well. There was really no game news or anything to talk about today, so it was definitely a good use of the time in the podcast. So during the podcast, a few contributions came in here and there, a couple tips, a few, memberships and or super chats or whatever. And then we got into Alan Wake 2. And Alan Wake 2 today, first half of the stream focused primarily on Alan Wake. There was an entire movie theater plot line that we did together. And after that, there was a little bit more of elaboration, and then it kicked me out of playing Alan Wake and threw me back onto the Saga half, which is weird because you'd be like, why would it have done that? I guess I actually got as far with Alan Wake as you can get at this point in the game. So now I have to continue on with Saga, which is a little weird because I did think that I had been balancing them and maintaining them pretty equally, but I guess maybe not. So it tossed me back to Saga, and playing with Saga was fun because we went to new areas of the map we've never been to yet. In addition to that, there's some good new plot lines opening up, some more mysterious stuff, and basically today there was some plot dump stuff, although it was kind of cryptic. Like, a lot of plot happened, but it's not exactly clear what it meant yet. But I'm very interested because it definitely keeps, every time I play this game, it intrigues me, it interests me with its little plot twists and little creative ways that it does things. Today, there was a whole movie. I'm not kidding. It was like a 15 to 20 minute short film that you watched, and it was plot. Rather than, we already did a rock opera, we already did a talk show, now we had a movie to watch. I was like, damn, this game is just freaking crazy, right? So, had a lot of fun. But, admittedly, this was the first stream the entire time now that I've been playing Alan Wake 2. And we're talking, at this point, 20 hours of gameplay, okay? For some reason, the support was very slow. Now, already, having played Alan Wake, a few streams have been very lower for engagement. And what I mean by that is people are there. The viewers are there. But I've noticed viewership is starting to taper off. And interaction with me, people tagging me, talking with me in the chat is very low. And I don't know if it's just people who are watching are enthralled in the game because of the style of game it is, or basically interest has waned because now, the game's been out for almost 2 weeks. It sucks that I lost almost a week of streaming. I would have been way further in, maybe done with the game by now if I hadn't gotten so sick last week and missed 6 streams of streaming, right? There's not much I could do about that besides play catch up, which I've been doing. Or it could be that because this is such a heavy narrative-based game that a lot of people are playing it themselves and are behind where I am 20 hours in, and therefore they're going to watch later on demand. I don't know. But this was the first stream where not only was attendance and engagement low, but also support. We didn't hit the tier 1 tip skull. I think we got like 1 or 2 memberships and maybe 1 or 2 super chats. It was really slow for a main daytime, especially new release stream. So that was not good. It was a little concerning. And the reason why it really is concerning is because right now I have to keep going with the games I'm playing. I don't have opportunity to start playing other stuff. I'm 3 games I'm juggling already, and I'm behind on them because I got sick. So I have to push forward and persevere and keep going with these games to get through them and see their endings so that people aren't disappointed that they've been waiting forever for this and it never ends. And so I can fully focus on the new releases coming out. Just because I had a slow day, like, oh, let's put Alan Wake on the back burner. That would be a terrible idea because people want to see this resolution so that we can move on to new games, right? If I delay these games any further than they've already been delayed because of my illness, it will only further make them not get as much attention and or support. I know that, all right? So I'm doing my best. I don't know if this was just a one-off thing with Alan Wake today, but I hope it doesn't continue because I've got 2 more streams tomorrow and Wednesday scheduled, hoping that we can maybe even beat the game by the end of Wednesday. So let's play it by ear and see how it goes, but I'm hoping for the best, that it will not be a pattern every day. The other reason it's concerning is because this week particularly, outside of like 2 return days, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're all good. But all of a sudden, yesterday and now today, the night streams have been very slow. I'm just not getting much support on the night streams anymore. And it really doesn't matter what I'm playing, whether it's Spider-Man or it's Mario, they're slow. And I can't do much about that. And I'm like, I'm not going to complain about it because as long as the daytime streams are good, the night streams don't really matter, right? What level of support you get. But now, the day stream was slow. It's concerning, okay? So, I hope, again, it's not a pattern. Tonight, I played Mario Wonder. What did we do? We finished World 5. 100%ed everything, headed into World 6, actually beat a very challenging special world stage for World 5, and then World 6, continuing on in the Magma world, and we probably got about halfway through World 6. So for what I'm going to understand, you got the second half of World 6, there's another special stage to do, a castle in Special World, and then apparently once you've gotten all the coins in every stage, the true final stage opens. And that's the hardest stage in the game, supposedly. It's supposed to be like the end game final thing you do after you beat the final castle and everything. So, will I beat Mario soon? I'd probably say 2 more streams. I would say 1 more stream to do the baseline Magma stuff and maybe, do the final castle. And then probably 1 more stream for the extra challenging end game stuff. So, we'll see, but that's what it's looking like right now, okay? But again, support tonight, not very good. Didn't hit the tier 1 tip skull. And, I think we had 1 member and, 1 super chat. And that was the night. And it's like, wow. So, this is the midst of the busiest gaming season of the year. I used to call it the hardcore gaming season. This was the time of year when I used to get more viewers, more attention, more support. And it's actually the opposite. Actually, right now, things are slower than they were during the summertime for me. I don't get it. All right, maybe you're waiting for Call of Duty on Friday. I don't know. We got Like a Dragon Ishin or Like a Dragon Gaiden coming out. I tell you this, the Like a Dragon series has never really garnished overwhelming amounts of attention or support. All right, the Mario RPG remake coming out. I don't know. It's Mario. If it weren't Mario and it was another game, I'd be like, oh, I'm sure people are excited. But it's Mario. I'm already playing Mario and it's not getting any real level of buy-in. So now, what about the Mario RPG coming out, So I'll be honest with you guys. Yes, I'm concerned right now. I had a bad week because I was sick. I missed out on opportunity that I needed to make some good money right now. And I missed out on an important marathon because I was so sick. I came back and you guys were very supportive for 2-3 days. And now it's completely slowed down and dried up. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? So like I said, I hope it's not a pattern. I hope that this is maybe one day that was just a bad experience, and maybe tomorrow things will be a little better with Alan Wake. Maybe it's doing Spider-Man. Maybe I'll have a better Spider-Man stream. I don't know. I hope so, though. Again, it is concerning. I'm not, one of the funny things that we talked about this morning on the podcast, when in the suggestion box, people were like, well, why don't you do Sub Sunday or Member Monday like Moist Critical? And when I hear stuff like that, it makes me laugh so hard. I'm like Moist Critical, like a guy who literally brings in 50 times the amount of attention in his content, streams, money, everything. 50 times. I'm not Moist Critical. I'm a small guy, trying to make ends meet, trying to put out good content for the audience that likes the style of content I do. Everyone was happy with the content over the summer. Everyone was happy in September. Somehow in October, it seemed to slow down a bit. Then I get sick, and now it's like, what is going on? So I hope things will turn around. I do. I hope that tomorrow, when we play Alan Wake 2 again, and now we're playing with Saga, and we continue on with this Valhalla Rest Home quest line, and we're getting into the end game, I hope that maybe people will show up and support a little bit more. I hope that tomorrow night with Spider-Man, as we're getting into interesting plot now with the symbiote suit with Peter and everything, I'm hoping that it'll pick up. I don't know if it will, nor can I really affect it, right? Again, we're going to do suggestions in the morning. Maybe I'll get some good suggestions, things for improvement. I don't know. But it makes me concerned that, coming off of already having what was a bad week for me, losing out on a lot, and then now all of a sudden after a weekend that was decent, now all of a sudden starting a week and it was bad. And it's like, hopefully it'll turn around, It sucks. I don't like talking about this shit, but it's just the reality. It didn't used to be like this. Every time it was the fall, it used to pick up and be super busy all the time. Viewers turning out for the new games, supporting the new stuff. What happened? I don't know. I really don't know. Nothing's changed. I'm just as dedicated as I ever was. I'm enjoying the games. I'm doing my best to make the playthroughs entertaining. I don't know what to say. Maybe it's just a bad week because of the time missed. Because I'm playing games that are 2 weeks old or more now. Because I got stuck with them. Maybe things will pick up this Friday. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But feedback appreciated as always, everyone. All right? Please have a good night. I hope to see you tomorrow for the podcast. More suggestion box, more Alan Wake, more Spider-Man, and hopefully a better day than today was, right? All right, everyone. Have a good night. I'll see you all in the morning. Peace out.